How much not having Gresham impact your red zone calls?
Well, not having Jermaine impacts everything. I mean, you're talking about, arguably one of the top, 10, 15 players in the country, and he's a very special player, and he's a very huge and talented presence. So it hurts. There's no denying that. Third down pickups or red zone plays, those kind of things, and the speed he has, let alone the, his size for positioning for high percentage throws. It just, it's tough. He's a special player.
Would you look at bringing a freshman out of a red shirt if the others continue to struggle there? Or do you have anybody ready?
Well, we just not to that level, no. And again, you're not going to. He's one of those guys that's similar to an Adrian. You get those guys about one every 15 years. A guy with that kind of talent.
I didn't know if you had somebody that can catch passes better than the tight ends you have right now. If you bring him out of a red shirt.
Yeah, if we had someone we felt could do it overall, not just catch the ball, but do everything that's necessary, we would.
With a quarterback like Sam, you think he figures things out in the red zone, how to make plays? Because he's kind of doing it for the first time without Jermaine. You think week to week that becomes something as good as he is, that he can just kind of figure out some things that he can do in the red zone and make plays?
Well, yes, but it has to be in the confines. I mean, we have to all figure it out, as an offense, where we're going with the ball and who's, how we're getting open. So, I mean, he does process, as well as anybody. But, again, it's not easy to do on your own.
Is that maybe one of the things when people talked about it was important for him to play before the week before Texas, that is one of the benefits that these guys can now work together on that?
Yeah, I think I don't see that to me he needed to play because he was able to play, and you have to get back into it at some point if you're ready to. If he's healthy and felt like he was, and it's getting back in the rhythm with everyone. It is a factor.
I didn't think of this until Terry asked the question, but can you imagine a world where a quarterback, and I guess for you, Sam Bradford, was calling his own plays?
Oh, sure. Sam understands through practice what we like, in certain situations, or to what he sees the defense in, and it used to be that way.
Al's callers would like that now.
Yeah.
You mean both of them?
As long as the play worked, right?
Yeah.
Bob, when Texas is having a great year like they are so far this year, is that good for Oklahoma, and is it good for Texas, vice versa?
In what ways?
I wonder if a great Texas and a great OU, if you need a great Texas, they need a great OU.
Sure. I think that's what's, over these last, again, 10 years has made it so special, is everyone, not only, fighting for, conference championship implications, but national championship implication. That's where, again, the national attention has come from. Where I'm guessing here, but maybe before, we were both, year in and year out, to some degree, ranked in the top 5. That, that wasn't happening before, and there wasn't quite the national attention that there had become once we won it in 2000.
What do you see from Sergio Kendall, and a guy like that? Is there any thought of possibly double teaming?
When you can, sure. He's a great player, great explosiveness. So when you're able to, yes, but it's easier said than done. But once in a while, sure, you got to use some tight ends or fullback if you can, or you have to, again, long as whatever else you're trying to do with the ball, as long as it works.
Would you be you've told us over the years, like preparing for Nebraska, you showed them this, other than just the practice on the field. All right, would you be willing to share anything? What will you show them prior to this game? Any film, any clips, any this, any that?
We've already, part of our scouting report, there's we pull up, different, just the history of the game, that kind of thing, but the older guys are very aware of it. Some of the younger guys aren't. So you just want them to, to understand the, the history of the game.
How much input does Sam have at halftime with the game plan? Any?
Always he has input because Coach Heupel and Coach Wilson always ask him what he likes. I mean, we even in timeouts, third down, we're thinking of these two things. What do you like? And he doesn't take them long. I want this, or because you know there's certain plays that a quarterback loves or likes, or if he has the choice, I'd rather throw this. It's a funny thing that and is accurate and all, and I don't mean just Sam, but some quarterbacks, there's certain throws they don't like, or a certain, for whatever reason, a certain route that doesn't fit their eye, or they're not real comfortable with. So we're constantly, Coach Heupel is, and Kevin, they're always, what are your favorites here? As that happens through leading up to the game plan as well.
Does he usually get his way?
Oh yeah. Kidding me? It doesn't take long if you give him the two choices and he wants that one. That's pretty simple. All right, let's go with it.
I'm sure you go in. I'm sure you receive that kind of input from every quarterback, I presume, that's come through. But with Sam, when you ask him, does he give you more? I mean, is that another way in which he separates himself from the rest?
No, we've had some pretty special quarterbacks here. Let's be honest about it. So all those guys, it's hard to say one more than another. Jason had his ones he liked, and Josh had his, and so.
Do you think he gives you more than most would? I mean, yes, you have been very fortunate with your quarterbacks.
Well, again, I don't know how to answer that. That's.
Coach, we talked to Trent a couple minutes ago about with Brian being out, how it affected him, and he talked about how he may need to overcompensate, and he felt like he would need to step up a lot. Can you talk a little bit about his leadership with the line?
Yeah, he's just been very solid, week in and week out, and how he plays, his attitude, and his ability, and he'll need to have a really good game. They've got quality guys and excellent rushers and run defenders, so he needs to have a good game.
Moreland, the last couple of weeks, you've been happy with how he's kicking the ball?
Yes, his placement, I say that. He had a couple the other night that I didn't, for whatever reason, because he has been very consistent till those. So I have been overall very pleased with him.
Bob, is Jeremy Beal getting as much out of his potential as nearly any
Oh,
player
absolutely.
he had?
Jeremy Beal's, he's had a great year. It's a very special year, and every week he has. So he is. But Jeremy is a talented guy. I mean, he came in here as a Mike linebacker and then moved to defensive end, so it tells you the kind of athleticism he has, and he has such strength in his hips and legs that I think allow him to be the rusher he is and the defender he is out there on that edge, and I think it's really a good, it's really been a great place for him.
What is it about his mentality that allows him to maximize his talent?
Jeremy's just an amazing worker. He's one of our best workers, and he's just really developed himself that way with his strength and his endurance to continually rush the passer and play. And he's an amazing young guy, incredibly humble, and just he's a great competitor. He's what you want.
A lot of times when guys move positions, they're not too anxious to do it. Was he anxious to do it?
Jeremy was good about it. He knew we needed help there when we did it, but then once we did it and he saw the success he was having as well as we did, we didn't want to move him back. And it's worked out really well for him, so, but he was good about it.
Could he go back in a pinch?
Not now. I don't think so. Well, I say that. He probably could. He has that kind of ability. I don't know what I'm thinking. Sure, he could. I don't know why I said that. I just said that because I didn't want to move him. So
Keep talking, he'll start Saturday.
yeah.
Bob, there was a perception. There was a perception, whether it's right or not, and I don't think you agree with it, that you had a kind of a mojo over Mac in the first 4, 5, 6 years you were here, and that was the perception. Now that kind of thing has turned. Can you talk about that dynamic, how that exists within this series?
No, you can talk about it, but in my mind, and I've been on both sides, so I've never believed in any of that. And to me, everyone makes such a deal of just this game, but in the end, the objective is the championship, and so that's what matters. So if we win this game and don't win the Big 12 championship game, there isn't anyone patting us on the back. And same with them. I'm sure they've been in that situation. So in the end, it all gets down to, not just this game. It's winning the rest of them and being a Big 12 champion or a national champion. And so that's what I've always focused on, not just beating Texas. That isn't the end all for anybody here, and I'm sure it isn't for them. It's part of it. The rest of it matters a lot more than just one game. And so in the end, you know, that's what we're focused on. And fortunately, 3 of the last 4 years we have won the Big 12 championship. In fact, 3 in a row. So to me, that's what the focus is, not just winning one game. And that's what ours will always be as long as I'm here. All right.